On a cold winter's night in 1996, a young woman named Sarah found herself in an unimaginable situation. Picture this. The city that never sleeps was unusually quiet, the streets desolate, and the moonlight casting long, ominous shadows. Sarah, a spirited woman in her early 20s, was stranded in an area known more for its danger than its charm. Her car, usually reliable, had chosen this of all moments to give up the ghost, sputtering to a halt in the middle of nowhere. She had attempted to coax the engine back to life, but her efforts were in vain. The vehicle was as silent as the deserted street around her. Sarah's phone, her only connection to the outside world, had succumbed to the cold, its battery life dwindling to nothing. She was completely cut off, isolated, alone. The streetlights flickered overhead, casting an eerie glow on the frost-covered pavement. The fear was palpable, a living entity that seemed to pulse in time with her quickening heartbeat. The city, usually a bustling metropolis full of life and energy, had turned into a disconcerting void. The silence was deafening, the isolation suffocating. Sarah could almost taste the fear in the air, metallic and sharp, as she tried to keep her panic at bay. She drew her coat tighter around her, the icy tendrils of winter seeping through the fabric. The chill was a harsh reminder of her predicament, each shiver a testament to her vulnerability. There was a crushing weight of despair, a feeling of helplessness that threatened to consume her. But then, something shifted. As she sat in her car, the cold seeping into her bones, a change swept over her. It was subtle, almost imperceptible at first. A warmth began to spread, starting from her core and radiating outwards. It was a comforting heat, one that soothed her frayed nerves and calmed her racing heart. As Sarah sat in her car, shivering and scared, she suddenly felt a warmth envelop her. In her rearview mirror, Sarah saw a figure approach, a woman in a white coat. From the darkness of the night, a beacon of light emerged, a woman whose mere presence emanated serenity. Her footfall was soft and measured, her stride purposeful. She moved with a grace that seemed almost ethereal, her calm demeanor casting a soothing balm over the chaos of Sarah's predicament. The woman's tranquility was infectious. Despite the cold, desolate night and the eeriness of her broken-down car, Sarah felt an inexplicable sense of peace wash over her. It was as if the woman's presence had brought with it an aura of safety, wrapping Sarah in a cocoon of calm amidst the storm of uncertainty. Without uttering a word, the woman offered to assist. It was a silent offer, made with a gentle smile and a reassuring nod. It was an offer that Sarah, despite her initial apprehension, found herself accepting. The woman set to work on the car with an expertise that was both baffling and fascinating. She didn't use any tools. Her hands moved over the engine with a deft touch, her fingers tracing paths that seemed to mend and heal the mechanical beast. In no time, the car roared back to life, a testament to the woman's mysterious abilities. But the woman's assistance didn't end there. Sarah's phone, drained of battery, was also brought back to life. The woman used a device unlike any Sarah had ever seen. It was strange and otherworldly, much like the woman herself. With a simple touch, the device infused life into the dead phone, its screen lighting up, signaling a return to connectivity. And then, just as suddenly as she had appeared, the woman was gone. She vanished into the night, swallowed by the inky blackness from which she had emerged. She left no trace, save for the fixed car and the charged phone. Sarah was left standing in the quiet night, a mix of bewilderment and gratitude washing over her. Her mysterious savior was gone, leaving behind only the echo of her presence. As quickly as she had appeared, the woman vanished into the night, leaving Sarah both bewildered and grateful. Days later, Sarah couldn't get the mysterious woman out of her mind. The woman's kind eyes and calming presence had left an indelible impression. In a world often defined by chaos, this stranger had brought peace, if only for a moment, and Sarah was determined to find her, to thank her. Sarah's quest led her all over the small town, from the local grocery store where she'd first met the woman, to the quaint bakery at the corner, to the bustling farmer's market. She asked everyone she met if they had seen the woman. She described her, the soothing voice, the serene smile, the comforting aura, but their responses were always the same. A shake of the head, a puzzled look, an apologetic shrug. No one seemed to know or remember the woman. She visited the library hoping someone might have seen the woman there. She went to the town hall, asked the mayor, the police chief, the postman. She even knocked on doors, showing a sketch she had made. but it was as though the woman had vanished into thin air. Sarah felt a gnawing frustration. It was as if she was chasing a ghost, but she also felt a growing sense of wonder. Could it be that this woman was not of this world? Could it be that she had been touched by something divine, something celestial? In her heart, Sarah knew that she had experienced something extraordinary. She couldn't explain it, she couldn't prove it, but she could feel it. There was a warmth, a glow that hadn't been there before, an inner light that seemed to have been kindled by the woman's touch. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months. Sarah's quest to find the woman continued, but the mysterious stranger remained elusive. All the while, the memory of the woman and her gentle kindness remained vivid in Sarah's mind. Sarah was left with more questions than answers. But she was also left with a sense of awe, a sense of wonder, and a newfound belief in the unbelievable. Desperate for answers, Sarah turned to the spiritual researching angelic interventions. It's a path many have walked when the world seems to spin out of control. And Sarah found herself caught in the whirlwind of uncertainty, seeking solace in the realm of the divine. As she delved into the tales of angelic interventions, she discovered a world where celestial beings stepped in at times of great need, their radiance cutting through the darkest of storms. These angels, it was said, brought peace that surpassed all understanding, a calm that stilled the tumultuous seas of life. They were the unseen hands that caught those in freefall, the whispers of courage in the ears of the fearful. In her research, Sarah found stories of angels acting in miraculous ways. Some tales spoke of healing where the sick were restored to health in ways that baffled medical science. Other stories told of protection, of individuals saved from certain danger in inexplicable ways. Sarah couldn't help but notice the parallels between these accounts and her own experience. The stranger who had appeared out of nowhere, who had seemed to know exactly what to do to help her, who had radiated an unusual calm and tranquility, the way she'd felt an inexplicable peace even in the midst of her crisis, the unshakable feeling that she wasn't alone, even when there was no one else in sight. The more she read, the more Sarah felt a connection to these stories. It was as if they were speaking directly to her, affirming her experience, validating her feelings. She was not alone in her ordeal. Others had walked this path before her, guided by unseen forces, comforted by the knowledge that they were not alone. As Sarah reflected on her journey, she couldn't shake off the feeling that there was more to her experience than met the eye. The mysterious stranger, the inexplicable peace, the timely intervention, it all seemed to point to something beyond the ordinary. The pieces of the puzzle seemed to fall into place. Sarah's encounter with the mysterious woman, likely an angel, changed her life forever. She woke up the next day feeling as if she was seeing the world through a new set of eyes. The sun seemed brighter, the birds sang sweeter, and even the air tasted different. It was as though she had been given a second chance in life, and she was determined to make the most of it. Sarah's newfound faith wasn't something that she kept to herself. She began to live her life with kindness and generosity, opening her heart to those around her. She started volunteering at a local shelter, dedicating her weekends to serving those less fortunate. She offered her time, her resources, and most importantly, her empathy to those who needed it the most. But Sarah did not stop there. She started to extend her kindness to strangers she met on the streets, in grocery stores, and even on social media. She would listen to their stories, offer words of comfort, and sometimes even help them out financially if she could. Her actions were driven by a deep-seated belief that everyone deserved to be treated with kindness, no matter who they were or what they had done. Sarah's transformation was not an easy one. There were days when she questioned her choices, days when she felt overwhelmed by the magnitude of the problems around her. But every time she felt like giving up, she would remember the angel who had saved her, and she would find the strength to carry on. Sarah's journey is not just a story of personal growth, but a testament to the power of faith and kindness. She found her purpose in serving others, hoping to be someone's angel someday. She has shown us that even in our darkest moments, there is always a glimmer of hope, a chance for redemption. Sarah's story reminds us that help can come in the most unexpected forms, and sometimes the most mysterious ones. It teaches us that angels don't always have wings. Sometimes they come in the form of kind strangers, ready to lend a hand when we need it the most. Sarah's story is more than just a tale of an angelic encounter. It's a testament to the transformative power of faith and belief, a beacon to those who may feel lost in the shadows of doubt or despair. It's a story that gives us a glimpse of the extraordinary in the ordinary, a glimpse of what lies beyond our visible spectrum. Sarah's experience was a pivotal moment in her life, a turning point. This unexpected encounter with the angelic not only saved her in a moment of danger, but also breathed new life into her faith. It gave her a renewed sense of hope and belief in the unseen, the unexplained, the divine. It taught her that there's more to life than what meets the eye, more than what we can touch, see and feel. Belief, you see, is a powerful force. It can ignite a spark of hope in the darkest of times. It can provide solace when we're surrounded by chaos. It can be the sturdy anchor that holds us steady amid life's turbulent waves. And sometimes it's all we have to cling to when everything else seems to slip away. Sarah's encounter reminded her of this power. It reminded her that belief isn't just about accepting things we can't see or understand, but also about holding on to hope, about trusting in the goodness of the universe, about having faith in the journey, even when the path isn't clear. In essence, Sarah's experience was a nudge, a reminder for her and for all of us that we are never truly alone, that there are forces, energies, beings, call them what you will, that accompany us in our journey through life, that there is a realm beyond our physical world, a realm that is just as real, just as impactful. Sarah's story shows us that sometimes all we need is a little faith to help us through our darkest hours. It shows us that belief can be a beacon, a lifeline, a bridge to the extraordinary, to the divine, a bridge that connects us to the unseen, the unexplained, the unimaginable, a bridge that leads us home.